women. I get nervous around women. And when I get nervous, I do two things. I drink any beer, but Coors, and I steal. Not big things, little things, pocket things. I was nervous today. Here's one. I meet this woman at the mall, and we talk, and she gives me a phone number, and I wait 3 days to call her. You know, because you have to. I mean, we go out. Drinks happen. Dinner happens. Dancing is attempted. And I walk her to her door. I took the leap. I told her that I was quite smitten with her. I told her that I hadn't felt the sensation in a long time. I asked if she knew what I meant. I asked if she knew what I was talking about. I asked if she felt the same way about, well, me. I then asked if there was a ledge I could jump from. Finally, she kissed me. Looked me in the eyes and said, "Don't you see, Roy? All cats are gray in the dark." Another one. Woman at a bar sat with a friend, and this woman, well, let's just say, if looks could heal. I'm across the room. I'm feeling strangely confident. I was in that 3-day peak of my haircut, you know, that tiny window between cut off and shaggy. Anyway, we trade a glance. It's nice. But then a problem arises. There's a seat open next to her friend, but not next to her. So I wait. I begin to will the man out of his seat. I think daggers in his direction. When is this loser going to leave? I'm thinking. And at that exact moment, 2 undercover cops come in, pick him up, and arrest him. I briefly believed in God. No, I approach, and I take the bar stool. But then a second problem arises. I have no way to make eye contact with her. All I see is her hair and her back. And this woman's friend, who is obviously used to being the runner-up, catches my eye. And her gaze has the effect of sticking a pin through my torso, giving me a Latin name, and displaying me in a glass box. But then God reasserts himself and makes the friend visit the bathroom. But it's now or never. So I clear my throat. "Can I buy you a drink?" I ask. "I don't drink," she says. "Not since I left the clinic." I sense my opening has been shot down. "How about a mineral water?" I ask. Now, she's looking me up and down. She is literally dressing me with her eyes. But then she says, "Are you famous?" I briefly considered lying, but then my common sense kicks in and I say, "No." "Great," she says, "I'd love one." So we talk, and it becomes apparent that this woman's one and only goal in life is to meet famous people. And it was her obsession, to move in elite circles, to chat up the stars, to drop names at parties that would rival Dresden. But when her life didn't move in that direction, she drank constantly. I mean, she took drugs, coke, speed, acid. She consumed with a vengeance. And when it almost killed her, her friend took her to a well-known rehab clinic. And it was there that she met all the famous people she longed to meet. I mean, they befriended her. I mean, they sang songs, they told stories, they played cards together. They became her family. And since the name of all patients are confidential, when she was discharged from the clinic and people asked her about her time there, she couldn't say a thing. She was filled with these enviable stories that she could never tell, had all these names that she could never drop. So when I asked her about what struck her most about these famous, influential, and now anonymous people, she leaned in close to me. She said, "Do you know what struck me, Roy? That all cats are gray in the dark." And I get nervous about that. Really nervous.